million fewer Democrats in the 8 battleground states. That's what we'll talk about in today's video. In the last 4 years, Democratic voter registration in the 8 key battleground states has dropped by 1 million people. An incredible, incredible change. Republican voter registration has remained essentially flat, dropping a little bit by 60 or 70,000. And independent registration has moved way up. But the move away from the Democratic Party in these battleground states is absolutely important and very, very critical. For example, in Florida, the Democratic voter registration is down by 6%, and the Republican registration there is up by 1%. Independents are up by 8 or 9%. So that you're really dealing not just with a disenchantment with Obama, but a fundamental partisan shift going on in the United States. And it's interesting, the other day, USA Today published a poll that showed Romney 2 points behind in 13 battleground states. I believe Romney's in fact ahead. This was a poll of registered voters, not likely voters. But I went back and I looked at those 13 states in 2008 and found out that Obama had carried them by 8 points. So his margin, even among registered voters, has dropped from 8 to 2. And in fact, he's probably a negative margin. So this shift, this fundamental change, is like the tectonic plate shifting under your feet. It just moves the baseline 5 points away from the Democratic Party. And when you've got a guy running for president who won by 5 last time, a 5-point shift away from you is pretty traumatic and indicates, I think, a real vulnerability in the Democratic Party. That's going to be on display with the two-party conventions that are coming up. The Republican convention in Tampa next week is going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and the week after that, Obama has his convention. Now, I'll be pretty busy during these conventions. Obviously, I'll have videos each day, lunch alerts, or for those of you on the West Coast who get it earlier in your day, breakfast alerts, and I'll be doing those each morning. But while the major speeches are taking place, there's a 1-hour prime time window, I think between 9 and 10 Eastern time, that is going to be covered by the major networks. Fox, I think, will have gavel to gavel, as will C-SPAN, but the networks will cut away for 1 hour. And during that hour, on each of those days, I'm going to be tweeting, like I did during the debates, some of you may remember. And as the speech is being given, I'm going to give you my commentary on it, what I think is a good line, what I think is a bad line. And during the Democratic convention, you bet your life I'll be doing it, rebutting what they're saying and bringing you the truth while they're up there on the stage misrepresenting the situation. So tune in. And by the way, because these videos become increasingly important as the election approaches, and becomes particularly important for you to be able to circulate it to your friends and family to help persuade them and answer the opposition charges, please sign up. At the start of this video, there was an email, there's a sign-up link there, and give us your e-address so I can send these to you so you don't miss them. After all, they come out every day and sometimes more.